finished it, but I did. I've done my wedge wrong. I've just finished my wedge, and this is supposed to be the narrow end, not the thick end. So that was an oops. So I'm going to rip this all back now. I mean, luckily it takes me about half an hour to do a wedge, so it's not the end of the world. But yeah, no clue how I did that, but I have did it the wrong way around. So I'm now going to rip that back. Oops. Until I get, and then I'll have to pick this lot up. I think I've done the 4 garter, I mean obviously I've done the 4 garter straight rows right, because I might have fact I've only done 3 of them. They're straight rows, but yeah, I've only done 3 of them, I haven't done 4. There's an oops. Oh dear. I think my battery's going to run out of my camera. Oh, I've not had an awful lot of content so far today. That's not to say I won't get more as the evening goes on, but so far I haven't, which is not good, is it? My advents are starting to turn up. I've got 2 now. I'm so excited. It's so difficult or so tempting to open them straight away, but I'm being good, at least I'm trying to be. I've had a major tidy up in here today so that everything is a bit tidier, because I hopefully am going to have a friend coming around on Saturday so that we can have a knit and natter. It would be nice if this space was actually kind of tidy enough to do that. The only thing I'm working on is my Stephen West mystery shawl, which I showed you I'd gone wrong on earlier. But I've ripped it out, picked it up, and now I'm going right on it. So yeah, I love how it's looking on the screen. It's so pretty, really like it. And I've lost my black cat project bag. I have no clue where it's gone. It's got my AirPods in it. So I've lost the yarn that's in there. I was in the middle way of knitting a sock, and there's at least 4 sock needles in there, and my AirPods, and very possibly my little mini printer is in there too. And I know I had it here, and I know I had it like quite recently, but I can't find it. So, and even more worrying now is the fact that I've tidied this room and it's not in here, as is my little GoPro camera. That is also missing. So I think the GoPro camera also must be in that bag, and it's somewhere. But I have no clue where. It's not in my backpack. It won't fit in my handbag, but it's not in my handbag. Unless I've thrown it in the back of my car or the back of Ian's car. My other sock I was missing apparently is in Ian's car. He found it yesterday, so at least I know where that one is. But yeah, everything I kind of need or I want to use is missing, and I think is all in the same place, and which isn't in here. So having tidied up in here, which I did because I've got my friend coming over on Saturday, I was hoping that a byproduct of doing that would be to find these things, and I haven't. So that's fun. I'm really warm. I need to take my jumper off, although as soon as I go out into the main part of the house it's really cold. We still haven't got our heating on at the moment. We're trying to live without it, and it's amazing how warm a room can get with all the electrics on, because I've got 2-3 computers on in here. I've got my Mac, which is doing my editing. I've got a little tablet that I'm watching Amazon Prime on, and I've got my work laptop. I knew my battery was going to die. As I say, as soon as you walk out into the main part of the house, it's really cold. But this room's nice and warm. But the key to it is to just keep the door shut, I guess. The curtains are just drawn because the sun's so low in the sky now. It blinds my computer screen. Because last year, at this time last year, my desk was underneath the window. Mind you, I had the same problem then too, to be fair. Back then, it was backlighting my computer screen. It was giving me a headache. So this is actually slightly better because it doesn't give me a headache, but it does mean I have to shut the curtains. Even when I shut the curtains, it backlit it and gave me a headache. So this is definitely an improvement. Yeah. So that's it, I think, for the moment. We'll see what else crops up today and see if I actually find this bag. And if I do find this bag, we'll see what's in it. Have you seen it anywhere? Can you remember the last time you saw it on a vlog? I remember picking it up off the floor so that Nala didn't get it. And I remember opening it when I was going somewhere to look inside it, to look in, see what project it was, and whether I wanted to take that project with me. For some reason I decided I didn't. But I don't know where I did it. So, no clue where that's gone. Right, I'm going to let's move that across. I'm going to edit yesterday's vlog, and then I'm finally up to date with Vlogtober, which is so exciting. So yeah, this one, when I edit this tomorrow, will actually be on time. Although there's like 3 going up today to do that, but I hope you enjoyed the roast dinner one. It was more of a kind of, this is how I cook my roast. But I kind of thought it not only, it might be interesting to some of you, but it'll be very interesting for my girls later on in life when they want to look back on it and go, how did Mum used to do that in the slow cooker? Oh, bless them. Right, I'm going to edit that. Oh, did I just pull that? Sorry guys. I'm going to edit that just on this. Come in. And I'm going to have an interruption. There's my daughter. I'm going to have a Meg say hi on camera. Looks like her pretty face. Right, as I said, I'm going to go and we'll talk to you later. I found it. I put it away. Put it away in a cupboard in the lounge. So let's see if we've got in here what I think we've got in here. I can tell for a start there's not... Oh, there's another dishcloth there. There's a pile of dishcloths I've made for Charlie. I need to give those to her. So what have we got? We've got... That is an empty sock needle. That is an empty sock needle. That is dishcloth yarn. So it's a Sheepies toner. And there is another one. And there is a, whoops, a third one. So I'm guessing some of the needles in here, I've got a pen, are for the dishcloth. So I shall check that in a moment. I thought I magic looped the dishcloth, so this is a sock. There we go. It's a very pretty sock. This is a sock I've started, and that's got coming out on that side. Let's take that out. So that's got 2 sock needles in it, and let's find the yarn that goes with. Actually, before I do that, let's pull out this other needle. I think that's my dishcloth needle because it's really long, so I think that's what I used for magic loop. So let's start getting these out one at a time. These are the little minis I used for Meg's Halloween socks, which look really good on her. She was wearing them at rehearsals on Sunday. I was really impressed with them. Lots of little minis. Sorry, shall I show you these each time I do it? I didn't think of that. Let's just go back a moment. sparkly, that one. Okay, there's those ones. Keep going. That one reminded me of the TARDIS. Don't know why, just did. Right, that I think is the one that's on the end of my sock. It is. So that's the mini I'm using on this one at the moment. I've got some leftover from my dishcloth. Got my notebook for my dishcloth. I've got the dishcloth pattern, so that's the Wondrous Dishcloth by Jules Hill, who is So Sweet Violet. I have got my souvenir skein of yarn from Ireland, so I managed to get some hedgehog fibres, which I'm sure you've seen before, which I love. Got that from Ireland. That was my present for Dry Home Retrieve. And then there is a card for the lounge for the boat in there, but no AirPods. That's annoying. So let's pop a few things back in here, like all these minis can go back in. You can go back in. All the minis can go back in. Wondrous Dishcloth pattern can go back in. The book. There we go. All the cables can go back in. The yarn for all the dishcloths can go back in. And that sock can go back in. And let's put the cables back. Right. Well, at least now we found it, we know where everything is. Keep that dishcloth out because that goes with these ones. So this is the little pile I've done for Charlie. I need to sew the ending on this one. So these are, because Charlie is hoping to move. They've had their offer accepted on a house, so they are hoping to move at some point soon. And that's the little pile of dishcloths for Charlie. So I shall get that one sewn in a minute, and then I can give them to her later. Okay, so that wasn't where I thought it was. Let's have a look in here and see whether it's in here, just in case. That's my Stephen West. This is the pattern. It's my little notions bag for in here. And the rest of this is yarn. Right, that's going in there because that is my Stephen West. This beautiful yarn, what's it called? Merman. It's called Merman. My hedgehog fibres. Can go over here. And we'll grab this because hopefully this has got a sewing up needle in it. And we'll sew this one up. Sew my ends in. Shall we angle you down a little bit, then you can see me sew my ends in. So because this is double-sided, I just go through a few at the bottom, then I go back through a few, and then I just poke it through in between the two sides, and then come out randomly somewhere, give it a pull, snip off the end, and then it disappears. Do the same with this one. Should I pull that down so hopefully you can see? So this is only because this is double-sided that I've done this. So, only I could be using a purple needle and purple yarn. 1, 2, 3, 4, through those two, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then just in between the two sides. There we go, pull it out. Snip it off, give it a pull, and it disappears. That's that one done. Right, so that little pile can go to Charlie. She's got 5 there. I'm sure she'll be delighted with those. And then these can go in my ends jar for stuffing at some point. Right, I am going to go do some other bits and pieces I need to do, and I will see you in a little while. So tonight's dinner, I kind of was going to show you. I've got steak, so that's peppercorn steak, been done in peppercorn butter. Then I've just added some, turned the heat off, added some flour to the peppercorn butter, and then added some milk to deglaze the pan. So that's going to give us a nice peppercorn sauce to go with the steaks. There's chips in the oven, and then in here I have got tomatoes in balsamic vinegar, which look like they could be overdoing, so I'm going to turn them off. So give it a stir. Oh no, that wasn't, I thought that was, I thought it had burnt, but it wasn't, it was just the vinegar. So they're going to be our tomatoes and balsamic vinegar. And then this is our steak sauce. Just waiting for the chips now. So that is, hopefully, yes, I don't know if you can see that. There's a little flame under there that's keeping these warm, but not cooking. They're just being kept warm. This is cooked down to become a nice sauce. It's sort of thickened up as well, which is nice, but not too thick. then that'll go with the steak and the chips. And that's tonight's tea. It smells amazing. Let's just hope it tastes good. Ian's not a great big steak fan actually, which I kind of bought and then suddenly thought, oh, I probably should have bought like lamb chops or something else, but hey ho, let's hope that one will be alright.